Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm, LLC, offers more value than any other good full-service real estate brokerage firm when it comes to the sale of your home. We offer at least 27 things that contribute to your home selling in the least amount of time at the highest price. To receive our free home selling pamphlet, email us at info@brooksanddavis.com or call 713-665-8329. We also assist people who want to purchase homes or who are interested in getting their real estate license. Visit us at www.brooksanddavis.com.
Hi, welcome back to the Prime Real Estate Network. I'm your host, Rick Davis. You can follow me on Instagram at Prime Real Estate Rick. I want to thank our audience, and I want to thank everyone for tuning in today. This is a great day to be here, and everyone is a great day to tune into the Prime Real Estate Network. Today, we're going to talk about new homes, new construction, and all the steps necessary to buy a new home. So today's episode is entitled The New Home Highway. Today is a very, very special episode because my usual co-host, Mr. Larry W. Brooks, the TX, Texas Real Estate King, is away on assignment this week. So sitting in his stead is one of our most powerful and engaging guests so far on the Prime Real Estate Network. We've been getting such a positive response about her interview and the episode that she was on that we just had to bring her back. She is Miss Trish Creswell. She is the founder of the Peak Marketing Group. She is an expert legacy builder, and today she is my co-host on the Prime Real Estate Network. Welcome, Miss Creswell.
I am so happy to be here, and thank you for inviting me again. Like, we had such a great time the last time, and I just was shocked when Larry called me. I was like, yes.
Oh, no, absolutely. If Mr. Brooks isn't going to be here with me, there's no one else I'd rather have sitting in this chair than you, so thank you so much.
Absolutely.
I mean, we haven't seen each other since your last appearance on the podcast, so what's been going on? Please fill us in.
Oh, Rick, wow. A lot of things, actually. So I came to this building for the podcast, and I said, wow, this is a beautiful building. And that same day, I decided to be a tenant here. So we have a new office. Peak Legacy is now on 10,333 Harwin Drive, Suite 530J. So we're having a customer appreciation party on August the 24th from 4 to 8 p.m. Food, drinks, fun, and a lot of introductions.
Oh, that is outstanding.
Yes.
That's outstanding. Congratulations.
Yes. Thank you.
It's great to be your neighbor.
Right.
It's great to have you in the building.
Yes.
So not only do we have Ms. Creswell on the show today as a co-host, we have been very, very fortunate to have as a guest today not only noted author and real estate podcast host, but also a new home sales expert. Sitting in today at the Prime Real Estate Network is our guest, Mr. Cecilio Moreno Jr. How are you today, sir?
Hey, I'm doing great. Appreciate it. And thank you for having me today, Rick and Patricia.
Yes.
Appreciate y'all for having me here. Cecilio Moreno, your new home expert. And you can follow me on Instagram at Cecilio Moreno 1.
Outstanding. I mean, today's episode is the new home highway. So I was excited when you were able to make time to be on the show today because a lot of our audience have a lot of really, really, really important questions that they want to get answered about the new home process, how to go about getting a home built from scratch. I know a lot of times people feel as if building a home from scratch or having new construction would be a bit more involved as opposed to buying an older resale home. And that's why I feel like we're more than lucky to have you here today, because I want to give you the opportunity to speak to the public and also inform them on some things that they may have heard about the industry that may not necessarily be true, and fill them in on how the process really works today.
Okay, absolutely, sir. So I just kind of start with the process of being able to build a home. It's pretty simple process. I do it, I help out tons of people on a day-to-day basis. And basically what happens is whenever you come into the office, you'll come in. Most of the time you're just here looking around. My goal is to help you find the perfect home for you and your needs and your lifestyle. So we're looking for 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom home, 1-story, 2-story house. Obviously, you're going to have a budget you want to stay within. We're going to be able to uncover all that here in the office. The next step after that is taking you through a couple of model homes. Typically, we'll have the 3 to 4 model homes that you're going to go through. We're going to find the best fit home for you there. After we've gotten that taken care of, we're going to find a home site where we can build this home on for you. After we have find the right home site, whether you're looking for a cul-de-sac home site, you want a home site that's big enough to fit a pool on, you want a back to no neighbor, corner home site. Then after we finish that up, we find out your perfect home site, bring you back to the office. We're going to find out your buying power. So one thing about working with the builder is we have our on-call loan officers that help us out so we can get you pre-approved the same day in under 45 minutes.
Oh, that's
so it's
outstanding.
crucial. Cuts the time down of having to wait for the bank to get back to you in a week or two or maybe even a month. I have a bank that still has yet to call me back, and it's been years.
Wow.
When I was trying to find to get a home loan a while back, so they forgot about me. But anyway, so we get you pre-approved, and then we can actually do your contract right there on the spot in less than 30 minutes, and they've bought in the house. That's pretty much it.
But the thing about it, Mr. Moreno, and of course, before our interview, I took some time to go to some of your social media links and do some checking and do some research into your product, what it is that you do, and all of the things that you offer. And one of the things I came across was your ebook.
Okay.
Now, the cool thing about it is that everything that you just explained, as far as the steps in getting a new home built, seems pretty straightforward, but sometimes people are like, wow, I'm more of a visual learner. And when I saw that you had actually produced a book online, an ebook, I was like, psh, this takes the guesswork out of everything.
Absolutely.
Because not only can people meet you and engage with you in person, but now you also have an online resource that people can download. So can you please talk to the audience a little bit about your ebook online?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Rick. So the whole purpose of the ebook as well is, and you can go pick up your copy right now as well. It's free for everyone. So it's zerodownego.com. And the whole purpose that I created this ebook was for people to be able to find out a way to get a house. Now, the number one thing I have a lot of customers come in and ask about is going to be asking about the down payment, that they don't have all the money that they need saved to be able to purchase a house. How can they get help to do this? And that's the whole purpose behind the book. So they have the credit score, they have a decent income where they can purchase a home. They're tired of renting, they're throwing away all their money, and this book's going to help a customer with that situation. And maybe even you watching this right now, it's going to be able to help you out to find out all the steps you need to do yourself to be able to buy a home.
Wow, that's phenomenal, Cecilio, that you have such a great book to share with people. And you mean to tell me they can go step by step and from the beginning to end, they'll be homeowners?
Yes, for the most process, they will be able to. It's basically just helping them understand how they're going to be able to get the funds that they're needing in order to buy a home. Now, obviously, they still want to come and meet with licensed real estate agent or come and speak to a builder, but it's going to get them more on the awareness and the side of confidence where they can make
It gives them a game plan.
Awesome.
Yes.
A game plan. And I know, especially when I was buying my first home, I would have killed for something like this.
Yeah.
Because, it's funny. You see all types of marketing materials, and it tries to go through the new home process.
Right.
Some of them started off like a maze, and they give you a start, and they give you an ending. But those are just symbols.
Right.
I think what you're providing is an actual ABC 1, 2, 3 blueprint from introduction to closing so that people know what to expect. Because, it's funny, a lot of my clients that I've worked with watch the podcast, and I want to thank you guys for tuning in. But I've served in the role like yours as a new home sales consultant, and I understand how a lot of times you're meeting that person who this is their first buying experience.
Absolutely.
And even though someone like yourself may have had hundreds of transactions, every time you're meeting with a new client, could you just explain to them how you always try to keep that first-time buyer in mind when you're going through the process, because you understand that they may not necessarily be as experienced as someone who's bought more than 2 or 3 homes before.
Yes, sir, absolutely. So the one thing I try to keep in mind when I work with each individual customer, I mean, I work with the first-time buyer market. They've been renting all their life, 10, 15 years a lot of times, or they just started in their career and now they're able to actually purchase a house. And the one thing I see with every single one of my customers, the same trend is going to be they don't know the steps. And I'm there to help them kind of not necessarily hold their hand, but paint that pathway for them, that blueprint, like you just mentioned, and helping them understand and feel confident that we're going to go through every step together through the whole process of building their home, getting their loan, all those steps together, and becoming a homeowner at the end of the day.
Cecilio, okay, so we kind of had a couple of questions prior to that we discussed, and I was wanting to get my buyers, people that are interested in buying, to know what are the 3 questions they should ask their developer when they're purchasing a home.
Great.
What are the 3 major ones?
3 major ones, absolutely.
Right.
So especially now with what's happened in the market, not necessarily the market, but with Harvey here in the Houston market, the number one question that I think they should ask is, did this area flood? So that I think that's a huge question to ask, and builders have to disclose that too. So I think that's the number one that they got to be able to put out front. Number 2 is going to be, what's the build time of a house? Because a lot of times we have customers that come in, and even realtors, because we work with a lot of realtors, we have realtors with their clients that come in and they have a crunch time. They have 3 months. They got to move in 6 months, maybe a year.
Wow.
And so we want to, you want to know what's the build time for a home with that particular developer.
Right.
As well.
Right. And so they vary from developer to
They
developer?
they do, and it's not necessarily just the developer on its own as well. Sometimes it can be because of the county that you're in, permit times, that sort of thing.
Right, right.
And then the other one that I was going to mention as well, kind of to piggyback off of what you mentioned earlier,
Yeah.
in your experience, was warranty.
Whoa.
You want to definitely ask about
Absolutely.
the
Oh my
builder
gosh.
warranty for sure. So with our builder that I work with, we have a 10-year structural warranty on the house. So that's your roof, your framing, your foundation, 2 years on your delivery system. So heating, cooling, electrical wiring, plumbing, and appliances, and 1 year workmanship and material. But the major question on the warranty you want to ask, Patricia, is going to be, you want to ask if it's an inside warranty department or if it's an outsourced warranty department. So just to give you an example, when we purchased our home, we just purchased it we'll be going on 2 years here in October. And our warranty is outsourced to like Pennsylvania.
Oh, no.
So I have to call a Pennsylvania number, get them on the phone. They tell me, you're going to have another random number from Houston call you. And then somebody will talk to you about scheduling something to come out. So we don't know who's coming out. Now, with the developers, a lot of times you are going to get somebody, like with our company, you're going to have somebody that's from the company. They got the logo on their shirt. They got the KB logo, or they got the builder's logo on their shirt. They're coming over and they're assessing the issue for your house within 24 to 48 hours.
Right.
So that's the crucial point too, because you want to know, when are they coming, or is it going to be in 2 or 3 weeks from now? So a great question.
That's
No,
awesome.
and I mean, this information is invaluable for a new first-time buyer or a new home purchaser or someone who's only been in their house a couple of months. So, and I'm just curious, and for our audience, how long have you been in the new home industry? And what type of changes have you seen with the popularity of social media and how it's changed how you market your communities then versus how you market them now?
Gotcha. All right, great question. So, I've been in the home industry now for 7 years, working with a builder, same company for the last 7 years as well. And funny story. So when I got into home sales, I was still working with a flip phone. I didn't have the nice smartphone.
You had a smartphone,
so
yeah,
I'm kind
right.
of outdated with my phone. Oh yeah, I had it, so I was still kind of working with that. Didn't really have the whole concept of the videoing and any of that stuff. So and as I was getting into the industry, then I did get one a couple months later, and I was actually able to start doing pictures and I just went with pictures in the meantime. So I started doing a couple of pictures here and there.
Right.
And then I was like, oh, I can post this. and just get more exposure. So
Right.
that's something that I've seen now is crucial, and I recommend it to anybody that is in the real estate industry. You definitely want to get your exposure out there, and you want to let people know about what you do. And it seems almost tedious. It almost seems like you're what do you call it? Just overwhelming your social media following about it. But what it does is it embeds it in their head that you're the go-to person for their real estate needs, or they have a question, or maybe a coworker, a friend of theirs, or family member has a question. They're gonna think of you right away.
Exactly.
Right, right.
So I think it's blending that in along with your personal life, family, or going out, that sort of thing. But you definitely want to have that niche, and you want to definitely post about it. It could be on your way to work. It could be, I'm here at the office. I'm here with Rick and Patricia.
Right.
You definitely want to get that exposure out there.
What about if you're going to the grocery store?
Grocery store as well? Absolutely. And you definitely want to do that. I do it sometimes. I do small projects around the house. I'll post about that too, just because it's something different than real estate. But then they'll catch on to that, and then they go through your feed, they go through your profile, and then they catch a glimpse of you. Oh, he does real estate. Oh, she does real estate.
Right.
She does insurance. They go in, and then now they're hooked.
Right,
So-
right.
And it's perfect because you mentioned that you've been in the industry 7 years.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to go to break soon. But when we come back from the break, I would like for you to share with the audience, if you would, your background, who exposed you to the real estate industry, and who do you look at as inspiration or motivators that helped you get into the new home sales arena, and who's helped you flourish.
Okay.
So we'll be back right after this short message from our sponsor.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Welcome back to the Prime Real Estate Network. I'm your host, Rick Davis. Feel free to follow me on Instagram at Prime Real Estate Rick. Before we went to break, we were here with our guest, Mr. Cecilio Moreno Jr. He's our new home sales expert. Not only is he a new home sales expert, he's also an author and a real estate podcast host. And Mr. Moreno, before we went to break, we were talking about your background, how you got to where you are today to be a successful salesperson, author, real estate podcast host. There's a lot of younger people in our audience, and what we try to do here at the Prime Real Estate Network is show the younger generation examples of people they can model themselves after as they move forward in a career in real estate, entrepreneurship, or homeownership. So please, could you go into your background and talk to our audience about who got you started, what was your introduction, and how you were able to be so successful in new home sales?
Absolutely. Appreciate it. So it's kind of a funny story. So the way I got into real estate was house shopping. And it was a really, really funny story. So my wife and I, we began house shopping. We were living with my in-laws for about 3 years, and we're kind of beginning to, we're trying to save up money for a down payment because you got to save that money up, right? We're out house shopping, and we're around year one of looking for a house. We've seen a couple things that we like, run into a salesperson at one of the model homes, and the person, as my wife was out on her own looking at the houses, and he was asked, where's your husband? What does your husband do? And she told him, oh, he does sales. But at that time, I was in the fitness industry. So I was a general manager of a fitness company. Mm-hmm. And so I was doing memberships and personal training and that sort of thing. And so the gentleman told him, he's like, hey, I have the same background experience as well. And then I got into real estate. Wow. He's like, maybe this would be a great fit for your husband. Have him stop by and meet with me. And so on my next day off, I ended up coming over and meeting with him in the office. He's like, you sound like a great candidate. I know a company that may bring you on board. Bring me your resume.
Right.
And go ahead and fill out the online application as well. And so I went ahead and did it. Didn't really think anything about it. And then I got kind of a little bit of ego, confidence too. I was like, hey, I'm going to apply to all these other builders and see if I can find somebody else, right? Yeah. So I applied for like 10, 15 builders at the time.
Right.
Rejected, left and right. And then I ended up getting a phone call from my company, KB Home. Right. And they said, hey, you put your resume in. Are you still looking for a position? I said, absolutely. Right. When do you want me to come? You want me to come right now? And so the rest was history. Went into 4 different interview process with the company, very thorough. And that's how I got into the real estate game.
That's awesome.
It's so funny. And being able to sit in this chair as a host, I've had the pleasure of hosting each one of our podcasts so far. And the common theme that I get from all of our entrepreneurs, business people, that they always explain led to their successes was perseverance. There's not been a person, sir, that sat in your chair that hasn't talked about how there has been initial rejection, practice, recalibration, reapplication, and then success. So I want to congratulate you on the displays of perseverance that you had to show to get to where you are. And I want to also thank you for illustrating that for our audience. So I know there was some questions that you wanted to bring up.
Absolutely. So, okay, Peak Legacy is on this momentum parade to share generational wealth with all that want to learn about it. Now, my concern or my question to you was, that has been a message within the Black community. Is that a message that that the Latino and the Hispanic community share as well?
It is. That's a great question. Talking about that, I mean, the one thing I do notice often, and I experience it on a regular basis. I'm getting a lot of customers in the Latino area that they want to get a house. A lot of times they don't have status here in the U.S. Right. They don't have the social. They only have the tax ID number. Right. They're trying to find a way to establish grounds here. They want to have, own a piece of property. They want to own a piece of earth here in the U.S. as well. They're working hard. It's finding out how they can actually do that. Right. And that's one thing I'm very passionate about as well, is I'm trying to help out as many people I can. And that's the one question I do get on social media a lot is, how am I able to buy a house? Everybody keeps shutting me down. I can't buy a house right now because I don't have a social, everybody's got different situations. That's the most common one. And the Latino population is trying to get a house here. Right now, what they're doing, I'm seeing a lot of people, they're in, trailer homes. That is the number one thing. Or they're stuck renting. They think that they're stuck renting. And
wow.
So that's what I'm trying to help a lot of customers out, is discover that there are options. There are other types of loans. It may not be your traditional FHA loan or conventional loan that they can do, but there are loans out there that they can partake in and still become a homeowner.
That is so awesome, Cecilio, because our Hispanic and Latino communities need to know that they do have access to somebody that can help them through that. So, hey, guys, give Cecilio a call so he can take care of you. You need to be a homeowner.
No, and of course, we would be remiss if we didn't allow you to share. Where can someone sit down with you face to face? Anyone that's in our audience that's hearing the sound of our voice, how can they go about meeting with you? What communities do you service? And what days are you there? Because I want as many people who want the opportunity to engage with you, to see and discuss new home ownership with you. I want them to have that opportunity. So please let everyone know where they can find you.
Okay, appreciate it. So my office is at 9803 Mountain Chestnut Drive. It's in Houston, Texas, 77070. And the community, you can look up the community online. It's Mills Creek Crossing. And I'm in the office Thursdays through Monday, 10 to 7 p.m. All right, so you can come find me there. Love to meet with you. Take as much time as we need to make sure that we find the best home for you or uncover all the questions that you may have, and just help you become a homeowner as soon as possible.
Anything as far as this weekend, any special activities in the community, open houses, marketing events that people could attend?
Rick, are you reading my mind? All right, come on now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so thanks for bringing that up. Yes, sir. So we have an open house this weekend. We'll have it Saturday and Sunday. And it's going to be running all day long. It's going to be from 11 to 5 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday. And the address, if you want to come out and take a tour of the house, is 9834 Mountain Chestnut Drive, Houston, Texas, 77070. Or you can message me on social media, and I can send you the link with the directions to the address. Thanks.
I want to urge everyone in our audience to stop by and visit Cecilio anytime your schedule permits. Remember, he has an open house this weekend, but if you can't stop by his open house this weekend, please reach out to him on social media, Facebook, Instagram. When we come back from our break, this will be the Real Estate Mythbusters Fact of the Week time. So please be patient, stay tuned, and we'll be back after this message from our sponsor. Welcome back to the Prime Real Estate Network. I'm your host, Rick Davis. You can follow me on Instagram at Prime Real Estate Rick. You can also check us out at brooksanddavis.com, which is our lead sponsor here at the Prime Real Estate Network. It's everyone's favorite time of the week, which is our Prime Real Estate Network Mythbuster Real Estate Fact of the Week. And this question I received online, but I've also received it a lot of times in my past when I've met new clients. So I want to ask Mr. Moreno, one of the questions that we get a lot as a real estate professional is that I meet young couples and they always feel as if they don't need to invest in real estate until they actually decide to get married versus being able to invest in real estate as soon as their finances permit. So could you please speak for all the young couples out there why they don't necessarily need to wait to purchase their first home?
Right. So yeah, definitely you do not have to wait to purchase a home until after you're married. You know, we have a lot of customers that we work with on a regular basis here, you know, even just in this last year, and they're not married yet, but they are able to, you're still able to get a loan. You're still able to get the whole process going together on the finance side and become a homeowner. There's no reason to wait until after you're married.
And, you know, sometimes, and you can speak towards this, is that in certain scenarios, you have more buying power as two individuals than you would necessarily as a couple. Because, you know, rules are different once you're married. Credit scores have to be succinct and match up and that type of thing. So sometimes, and you can just let me know if you agree, is that when you're able to move forward with the real estate purchase, there is no time like now.
Right, absolutely.
I always talk to a lot of clients about procrastination and waiting. All that does is give you more opportunity to make more excuses later. So I just want to thank you for being on the show. I want to thank you, Patricia,
Oh,
for sitting in for Larry today.
Absolutely.
I want to thank our audience here at the Prime Real Estate Network. I want to give Ms. Creswell an opportunity to let you know of anything that she has going on because, of course, I know a lot of our audience, ma'am, would love to engage with you on social media and at your
and
office.
beyond.
Yeah,
Exactly,
absolutely.
at my office. So,
Right.
okay, look, so this weekend, August the 11th, that's Saturday, I am doing a conference in Arlington. It's called What the F Happened After 30, and it's a women's conference, and we are asking all women to come out. It's at UT Arlington. You can click the links on my social media to find out the exact address. I also have the customer appreciation office warming party.
office warming.
Yes. So bring a plant, bring a cup. I love coffee. And that's going to be at 10,333 Harwin Drive, 530J, and that's Houston, Texas as well. And another big announcement to add to the list of Peak Legacy things that we do. I am now a commissioned notary public. So hit me up for all that good stuff.
Absolutely. Congratulations. Once again, I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Tune in same time next week, the Prime Real Estate Network podcast. Please subscribe to us on iTunes as well as Google Play, Stitcher. You can also subscribe to the Prime Real Estate Network channel on YouTube as well. As always, I want to thank our audience, our friends, our family, and our followers for tuning in. I look forward to seeing you all again next week, and thanks a lot for tuning in. See you next week.
Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm, LLC, offers more value than any other good full-service real estate brokerage firm when it comes to the sale of your home. We offer at least 27 things that contribute to your home selling in the least amount of time at the highest price. To receive our free home selling pamphlet, email us at info@brooksanddavis.com or call 713-665-8329. We also assist people who want to purchase homes or who are interested in getting their real estate license. Visit us at www.brooksanddavis.com.